Thank you, Liz, and thank you, Pat. Thank you, everyone here for joining me this evening. I'm so happy to be here, both as a new member of Westside and also the host or the, speaker for Wellness Wednesday. I, like Liz said, am a Dragon's Way instructor. Dragon's Way is a 6-week program, so I am just going to give you a little taste of it tonight, and hopefully you find that it's something that you resonate with. It's certainly a lifestyle shift, so I hope that it draws you in. I have been, just as a little bit of an introduction to me, I have been in practicing Qigong for, I would say, about 20-something years now. I started right after college. I ended up practicing, initially to lose weight. It was a weight loss approach for me. And then, as different things came up in my life, I turned back to it in different corners of my life. And I found that no matter the reason why I returned, it always helped me feel good inside. And I didn't realize until many years later that feel good was not just the way I was feeling, it was something changing within me. And it was this transformation happening. And that's really what Dragon's Way Qigong does. It aims to bring the entire body, mind, body, spirit together to really bring about balance and healing in your emotions, in your physical body, in every aspect of your being. So that being said, I would like to just kind of get us into the mood with a little bit of an energy march. I'm going to turn on some music. Just give me 1 second here to get that started. Okay, hopefully you can hear it. Okay, and our energy march starts, we always start with our left foot. Hands in prayer position. And you're just dropping your foot. Very simple, easy movement. And the whole idea of this movement is to bring your kidney energy, which is at the bottom of your feet, all the way up. It just gives you a nice wake-up call. Just kind of reshuffles all the energy in your body. This is a great movement for kids. And the addition of our hands, when we put our hands together like this, it brings our heart to our heart. So we're connecting not only with our feet, our root of our body, the rooted energy, we're actually waking ourselves up and we're bringing our heart into it too. So we're connecting with our own hearts and with the heart, the universal chi that surrounds us. Just close your eyes and feel the beat. right. It's a nice little wake-up call for us. Shut off my music. Okay. So I mentioned a word in the beginning, qi. I don't know if anyone's familiar with qi and what it actually means. But as kids in school, we all learn the meaning of energy, right? Energy is what you need in order to do work, to move, to play, to do anything in life, right? You need energy. So Chinese medicine looks at energy a little bit differently. We call it qi. Qi is your life force. And qi is not just inside of us, qi is all around us. It is everything that brings forth life. So when we look at qi, right, we need qi in order to do our daily work. We need qi in order to digest our food. We need qi in order to run and play and do every single movement. So everything that we do can either add to our qi or deplete our qi. And so a big part of Dragon's Way Qigong is really understanding our energy draw and then our energy depletions, okay? So when we talk about qi, we're looking at ourselves and we're also looking at everything around us, how our qi connects with the qi of somebody else. Everybody here in this call is drawn together by qi, by our energy force. And when we're together, we do create a nice field. You'll see at the very end of our practice today, we're going to hold a standing meditation. And you will find that when you're doing a meditation with a number of people, the energy field automatically rises. It's this real lift, this excitement, because your body feels and connects with the qi of so many other people. Another source of our qi connection is nature. So oftentimes in life, we kind of go about our everyday lives, right? We have our jobs, our kids, our routines, our responsibilities. We have to pay our bills. We have to do all of these different things. But we forget that we have this really strong innate connection to the world around us. Every time the seasons change, we see how nature's qi has built up and now has created this beautiful landscape in front of us. Perfect example is when winter turns to spring. We have this invisible qi that's underneath the earth, that's growing and building, and we can't see it. We don't know what's happening. But if that didn't happen, if we didn't have the dormancy of winter and the cold of the snow and the quiet and still earth, then all of those things that happen under the ground wouldn't take place. And when those things do take place in winter, look at that. As soon as the sun warms the earth and the warming rain comes down, we see that, oh, these beautiful sprouts came up. We have beautiful blooms. We have a colorful landscape. So spring is the expression of winter's qi. So we talk a lot about that in our 6 weeks, how our lives and our bodies, our qi, is now connecting to nature's frequency and how we can better connect in order to understand the things that are happening in our bodies. So back to our internal selves. If you look at the surface of your body, you have your skin, you have your bones, you have your veins, you go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And you can see, and like in an X-ray or in a cross section, you would be able to see all of these physical, tangible parts, okay? So when we talk about the different organ systems and the different energy systems in the body, there are two different things. We have our physical being with all of those physical parts, and then underneath that, hidden invisibly, is what powers all of that. It's our qi. And our qi flows through highways, like they're called meridians, and they're energy highways. and the qi flows through those meridians. And if it flows through the meridians smoothly, wow, we feel good. We feel powerful. We feel energized. We feel like at the end of the day, oh, I'm ready for a good night's sleep, but I'm not so exhausted, right? But how many times do we reach the end of the day and we are just so petered out that we just don't have anything left? And oftentimes when you're exhausted, it's even harder to sleep because you do need qi for that as well. So everything in our bodies, everything around us is connected. All of those messages that we're receiving and giving, that's all qi as well. And the way that our physical body expresses it with physical symptoms or with emotional imbalances, that's an expression of our qi. And negative, maybe not so, I don't like to use the word negative, but it's an expression of our qi. It's our body telling us, hey, knock, knock, something's up. Let's try to fix it. Let's understand it from a different level. So we try to teach that there are no negatives, there are no bad things that happen. These are just messages from the body. And if we can read them and kind of get in front of them, then we can understand them from a different angle. So what I have here is the 5-element chart. I hope everyone can see this. I'll bring it up a little closer. I'll just give you a little bit of an introduction. This is, maybe so you could see me too. This is our 5-element chart. It's something we, our program is based upon. I should have said in the beginning that our program was founded by Grandmaster Nan Liu out of TCM World Foundation. And he developed this program initially because he's an acupuncturist, and people were coming to him many years ago saying, I just can't seem to lose weight. I have that extra 10 pounds. I'm really stressed. So it started off as a weight loss and a stress relief program. And over time, the program has changed so much because it has now changed to meet the needs of a more modern lifestyle. And so when we look at this 5-element chart, this is something that was created a long time ago. It was something that was thought up, or not thought up, but something that was meditated upon and reflected upon. And it came to be out of a sort of an energetic intervention of sorts. And so we come to this 5-element chart, which connects, like we were saying before, our body's energetic systems, those invisible workings that help our bodies to physically respond. Those invisible energetic systems, like here, our liver and our heart and our spleen and our lung and our kidney. And it connects them with the world around us. So liver is a representation of spring. So our liver energy is bursting and it just wants to go up and out like this beautiful spring energy. And so we see connections between ourselves and between nature. We have emotional connections. We have anger. It's when someone's liver energy is stuck and it just can't push through. You sometimes feel this like anger that you just can't release. It's frustration. It's right. And once it releases, I have happiness. So everything is connected, even the way our emotions talk to each other and feed into each other. So we can go into this a little bit later. If anyone has questions, we can certainly dive in. This, again, like I had mentioned, is just a little taste test of our 6-week program. So I don't want to give you too much and have it be overwhelming. In our program, we actually talk through the 5 elements, and we take one per week. So we really dive in deep, and we help to really, uncover what it is that organ system is calling for. We also look at different foods, because we recognize that it's not just your Qigong, right? We've used Qigong movements to get into those meridians and to wake up that energy and help push it through. But we also know that we're eating 3 times a day. So what we're feeding our bodies is really important. And so we take an eating for healing approach. And in eating for healing, we look to nature and we say, okay, we're talking about liver in spring. What's growing in spring? What kind of foods are really going to push that energy system and help it to grow and to blossom in the way that it needs to, so that it can function at its utmost level. So these are the different types of things we understand. Maybe we could stop here. I could talk forever, but I would love to answer a few questions if there are questions that come up, and then we could talk a little bit more, and we'll do some movements after that.
I have to ask one question because it came up, and I know a lot of folks suffer from insomnia or difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep. And you mentioned that you need chi to actually sleep. And I wondered if you could maybe just say a little bit more about that, because I would have thought you would have needed no chi or to calm down. I don't know.
Yeah.
So if you could just maybe comment
Sure.
a little on that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really good question. And I think it's something that people struggle with. Well, I need chi for everything that I do, right? But if I'm sleeping, how am I building chi? Well, when you're sleeping, if you have embraced the Tao, which not many of us have, me and myself included. But if you have embraced the Tao, you are living a life of peace, a life of harmony. Your body is at peace. Your emotions are at peace. Everything within you is quiet. When you do certain things, they create a vibration. All of these energy systems, these elements, have their own vibration. So we're vibrating at this level. Maybe we're vibrating at this level. And now we're asking our bodies, hey, we need to be calm so that we can sleep. So we need to almost use that chi to take this energy, and instead of vibrating so fast like this, slow that down and be peaceful. That way our bodies can calmly and peacefully make it through the night. Does that make sense?
Yes, that does.
Yeah.
And if anybody had a question, you could feel free to unmute yourself, and or anything else you wanted to address, you could unmute yourself and just speak. We would be able to hear you, or you could type. I think everybody's
certainly keep.
Yeah, you could keep talking. I guess everybody's taking it in.
No,
All right.
I have a question.
Okay.
If you want to release your chi, how do you do it before you go to sleep? Like, you just can't say it and then it happens.
You're right. Absolutely. Tell me your name.
Betsy.
Betsy. Hi, Betsy. Okay, so the goal of this program is to build our chi, right? So we were born with a certain amount of chi. We were given that chi from our parents. We inherited it. It came from our mom, a certain amount, and our dad, a certain amount, okay? And so we have, imagine a candle. So imagine you have this much of a candle that you were born with. You inherited that from your parents. And as you go through life, you are working really hard, you're meeting late deadlines, you're staying up late, and all of a sudden this candle is being burnt lower and lower and lower, okay? So as you get older, you find that, wow, I'm getting tired faster. Maybe my bones hurt, or my teeth, I'm having dental issues. So these are signs that your kidney energy is depleted. It's not your physical kidney, it's your energetic kidney. So your organ is saying, hey, your energy is not flowing smoothly through that highway, that meridian system. And now I've used up so much of that. So now I'm feeling really tired. I'm feeling very run down, and I'm experiencing these physical symptoms. So our goal is to try to get ahead of that and say, okay, well, maybe you're here. Maybe you're still here. And maybe you only started off here. And that's okay too. Because whatever it is that you've experienced in your life has happened for a reason. It's happened to teach you something. So as you go through life, this candle, if you can be mindful of the energy, the chi that you're expending throughout your life, this candle can stay like this, because now we're using our good food and our Qigong to acquire new energy. Does that make sense? So now we're saying, okay, I'm going to do some energy movements. I'm going to do my Qigong. And when I do my Qigong, I'm going to really put my intention into it. And these movements help to open up those energy pathways. So now my energy can flow smoothly through those meridians. When I eat for healing, I'm going to eat warm foods, because now it takes less chi, less energy to digest that food. So oftentimes in summer, you'll see a lot of people have like ice cold smoothies, even in the wintertime, ice cold smoothies, or you go to a salad bar, and those things are okay on occasion. But when you have a constant diet of cold, 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 you're telling your body, hey, I need you to work harder to warm it up so that I can digest it. So everything that we are doing in our lives is using that chi. So when you go to sleep at night, if your body is used to kind of running at this high frequency and it's vibrating, like we just said before, at a really fast pace, you can't slow down. So the idea of Dragon's Way Qigong is to help the body to create that balance. Everything is balanced. If you see the symbol of the dragon on my shirt, it's a yin yang. It's day and night. It's hot and cold. It's girl and boy. It's balance. So everything in life, the sun and the moon, create balance. And when we can live our lives in a more balanced way, we can take that candle and stop depleting it. And instead, we use the chi that we're acquiring through eating for healing and through our Qigong movements in order to fuel everything that we're doing throughout the day.
Good. There's one more question. That was very helpful to explain that had the connection to sleep. I don't know if anybody had another question, but then somebody was just asking what the fifth element was. There's fire, air, water, earth.
That's a great question.
Oh, metal. Metal is the fifth one. Okay.
That's our lung. And that's in the autumn.
Okay, thanks.
Sure.
Yes, but my question, my name is Jane. My question, Ali, is, well, how do you achieve this balance? I'm 87 years of age, and I have several autoimmune diseases. I was born with celiac disease. So I've had challenges all my life with nutrition, with exercise, with so many different things. And of course, lots and lots and lots of hard work. However, here I am. I just came in from a half-hour walk. But so my point is, how does the Qigong, what is this, how do you achieve this balance? And I truly believe what you said at the very beginning, that the body knows how to heal. The body definitely knows how to heal. I know that from my own experience. So tell me how you are achieving this balance, whether it's to have a better night's sleep or whether it is to have the energy to do whatever we're doing. So Yeah. So how do you do that?
That's a great question. So this program works differently, and Qigong itself works differently than, let's say, an exercise program. So when you exercise, you're stretching, like yoga, for example. You're stretching your physical body, right? You're becoming more flexible, your tendons are more fluid. All of that is your physical body, and those are excellent exercises. Mm-hmm. When you practice Qigong, you go deeper. You get to that invisible level. You can't see it. You have to trust it. Yes. So Qigong is when you're stretching, when you're doing these movements, you're not stretching, you are stretching your physical body, but in doing that, the movements are designed to stretch your energetic body. So it takes those meridians and gives them a stretch and allows the chi to flow smoothly.
I hear you. I understand. I understand. I have a long history with acupuncture and dry trigger therapy. So my bow to the Chinese medicine and all of that. Yes. So now I understand it better. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Does that make sense, Betsy?
Makes sense. Oh, yes.
Great. That's good. And you know, it's so interesting to me because truthfully, when I started practicing Qigong, like I said, I just did it because I wanted to lose a few pounds, and I thought, hey, I'll try this. And my mom had been practicing. My mom's a practitioner as well, and she had taught the program. And when I first took it, I took it with Master Lu, and I thought, you know, I'll try it. Mm. And I lost a few pounds. I lost about 10 pounds right away, and I thought, oh, well, this is great, right? But maybe it's just because I was eating better. Okay. So then many years later, I was trying to get pregnant. And I thought, you know, I'm going to try Dragon's Way again before I try to get pregnant. So I did the 6-week program, and I was faithful with my movements. And at that point, you know, I was already eating better because I wasn't a kid in college eating pizza every night. And so the eating for healing piece was a little bit more natural for me, but I understood my body a little bit better in a different way. And I thought, wow, my body has the power to take this chi, this energy that, you know, I didn't know existed, and push it through and transform and create something that's powerful. And I ended up pregnant with twins. Many years later, and it was a lifelong problem. I suffered from allergies, really bad allergies. I was the kid who, it was kind of sad. I was allergic to dairy. I was allergic to tomatoes. Everyone went out for a pizza party and an ice cream party, and I was the kid sitting there with an empty ice cream cone because I just couldn't eat anything. And so, you know, I grew up thinking this is how my body responds. Just like in the spring, oh, my eyes are itchy. This is how my body responds. I decided many years later, I was moving from Atlanta to New Jersey, and I said, you know, I'm going to try to become a Dragon's Way instructor. So I went through my training. And as I went through my training, of course, now I'm understanding it on a deeper level because I've been practicing and writing and understanding it now for many years. But when I went through that training, and when I tell you I was so highly allergic to tomatoes, I went out one night with my family. I was actually in week 4 of the program, which is stomach week, which is kind of coincidental, but there are no accidents. And we went to an Italian restaurant, and I said, my son had ordered bruschetta, which he loves. And I looked at that plate and I said, you know, I'm going to eat one of those. Now, I haven't had a fresh tomato since well before I was in high school. And everyone at the table went, ah, don't do it. And I picked up the bruschetta and I took a bite, and I just knew that I would be okay. And ever since, I've been eating tons and tons of tomatoes because my body now responds on a different level because it doesn't need to follow those patterns that it was so accustomed to. just because I was born with it or I developed it or whatever it may be, I have the power to reverse it. And that to me is what's so powerful and transformative about this, is that, you know, we can look at ourselves as kind of, you know, we walk through life, we do this and that, we eat our foods, we go about our day. But if we don't understand the impact that our emotions have on our bodies, that stress has on our bodies, then we're not looking at the complete picture. And so this really helps you to understand, you know, hey, I'm connected not only to the seasons, and here we look at the spleen and stomach, I'm connected to the earth. Okay, so my body is intrinsically connected, physically, emotionally, spiritually, to everything around me. And when we look at our bodies as a connected whole, we begin to understand, oh, wow, that movement, that wind, that comes through me as well. And those movements, that sound, that vibration, that chirping bird, that growth of a flower, that tree branch, whatever it may be, is also in me. That chi resonates and it connects. And so I think, you know, the story of an allergy or a long-standing problem like that is really powerful, because it shows you, you know, I did that. I have the power to the power, right? It sounds so cliche, but I do. I have the power to change what's in my body and to bring myself to a higher level. It doesn't matter if you're 5, you're 50, or you're 90. You have the power to take your body, your health, and take it to a different level. So thank you for your question. Are there any other questions?
Yes, I have another question. Is there a course that you take to get to where you are? How would I get to where you are right now?
Well, that's a very nice question. Thank you. I'm honored that you asked that. So I've been practicing Dragon's Way for many years. I have taken many other training programs. I teach a breast health program. I'm actually in training right now for a 3E program, which is energy, everybody, every day. So I do a lot of practice. And, you know, a lot of it is we're taught to live our lives at, you know, in school and work and everything else. We're taught to use our brains and think, right? I'm a writer. That's what I do. I think, I process something, and I write it down. So for me, to get out of that mindset and go backwards, go intuitively and to understand, was a big practice within itself. So everyone has their own path. For me, I had to really kind of buy in and understand, and I needed to see that transformation in myself to know, hey, this really works. You know, some people say, I'm going to go for acupuncture and I'm going to go for acupressure or medical Qigong, and it's amazing, and they have incredible benefits, and they've helped me in enormous ways. But you, as the participant, need to be an active participant. So you need to be not only the receiver, but you need to take part in your healing. And so a program like Dragon's Way Qigong helps you to tune in and to understand, you know, not just from a mind standpoint, right? We're thinking through this. You have to use your mind at first to understand this all, right? I'm throwing a lot at you, and it's really only been about half hour that we've been talking. So there's a lot to get through and a lot to cover that's not, you know, it goes well beyond the 6 weeks. It's a lifelong commitment. And so if you were to take the program, you know, I have people that have taken it 5, 6, 7 times, and they love it, and they love what it does for their bodies. If you wanted to go on and become a Dragon's Way instructor, you could always do that and become an instructor. You can take, there are multiple programs that Grandmaster Lu teaches. You can go on his website, and that's tcmworld.org. And then he has grandmasternanlu.com. And those two websites will, you go to the events page, and there are many different programs that he teaches. There's a morning Qigong class that's every Tuesday and Saturday that he does monthly. It's every Tuesday and Saturday, but he starts a new session each month, and it's phenomenal. So there are so many ways to just begin your transformation. But thank you for that question. Any other questions? Okay. So I'm going to move this out of the way. Oh, I just saw something pop up. Oh, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to move back so you can see my feet. Can you still hear me? Everyone still hear me? All right.
Yes,
So,
yes.
Okay, so Dragon's Way Qigong has three main components. We have our Qigong movements, right? We have Dragon's Way Qigong. So we know that Qigong is a really important part of it. That's our energy piece. It's our energy movement. So there are 10 movements. I'm going to teach you 3 of them today. And then we have our eating for healing component, which we can always elaborate on if there are questions. We do talk about it in the program, but it's really eating close to nature, eating warm foods, because if you look at it, if you think about the things that you would feed a newborn baby, right? You'd always feed a baby something warm. You take a bottle and you warm it up before you feed it to the baby, because you know that the body doesn't need to spend that extra chi, that extra energy to digest it. So it helps the baby to process the food. Same for us. So we're looking at ourselves now as, hey, how can I give myself a little bit of extra TLC so I can boost myself and I can understand myself from a different angle? And then, of course, we talk about the 5 elements, and we talk about lifestyle guidance and how everything, all of the universal chi around us is connected and is within us. And so we are an expression of that beauty that surrounds us. So I want to take a few moments. I know we're nearing the end, but I'd love to teach you some of these Qigong movements. And then if you were to take the program, of course, you'd learn all 10. If not, you can always practice these on your own. Okay? So the first movement in our program is the dragon's toe dance. And our dragon, our powerful dragon, is kind of carried through our movements and through our program. So that's the meaning of the toe dance. And when I start, I put my hands here because everything is a symbol in Chinese medicine. So when I'm putting my hands here, I'm not just supporting myself, and I'm not like, oh, I'm just going to relax. I'm actually putting my hands on my kidney. And as they're here, they're warming up the kidney because everything is warm, okay? So I'm now boosting that energy field, this energy tank that is my kidney. So our first movement, we start with our left foot, and you're going to bring your toe up, and you're going to just make a circle. And when I do this movement, I'm moving my hip, my knee, and my ankle, all in one fluid movement like a pendulum. So just stay with that for a moment and feel it. Allow yourself to really feel it and understand it and connect with that motion. Your standing leg should be slightly bent. And you notice that I'm not moving my whole body, right? I'm just moving this one leg. I'm moving my hip, my knee, and my ankle, and of course my toe. Everything in one movement. And we talked a lot about the liver, and our thumb toe here is the start of our liver meridian. So it's helping to wake everything up and send it all the way through. Okay, so I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, and I'll turn sideways so you can see me better. 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, and 8. 2, 3, 4. And let's try that again on the left side. If you feel that you need to hold on to something, that's totally fine. You can just bring a chair over or hold on to a doorknob or a table, that's fine. And you may find that, hey, I only need one finger, and that's perfectly okay. The less you are able to hold on, the better. And you will find that as you go through and you practice, your energy will balance. We talked about balance before, right? You'll find that not only will you physically feel more balanced, but everything inside of you, instead of feeling jumbled and wobbly and shaky, will feel, you'll have this sense of clarity, okay? So if you need to hold on, that's fine. It helps you to do the movement better and more cleanly, okay? So we'll do the left side one more time. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. 5, 2, 3, 4. 6, 2, 3, 4. 7, 2, 3, 4, and 8. 2, 3, 4. Okay, right side, we want to keep our balance. Let's do our right side too. Something that helps when you're first starting out is to place your hand on your hip. So when you make that circle, wow, you feel everything opening. And again, we're not just opening our physical body. This is helping the energy to flow through our liver meridian, which runs all up here. Okay? So let's do our right side and hand here if you need to. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. 5, 2, 3, 4. 6, 2, 3, 4. 7, 2, 3, 4, and 8. 2, 3, 4. Again, turn sideways. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. 4, 2, 3, 4. 5, 2, 3, 4. 6, 2, 3, 4. 7, 2, 3, 4, and 8. 2, 3, 4. Very nice. Okay, we'll do another movement. This is the dragon kicks forward. Okay, and for this, If you feel the need to hold on again, that's fine. This one takes a little bit more physical balance, but again, as you practice and go through these movements, you'll find your balance improving. Okay? So with this movement, we're standing with our feet shoulder width apart. Our backs are nice and tall. Again, our hands are on our kidneys. And you're bending your knees slightly so that we don't want to stress anything in our body. We want this to be nice and fluid and smooth, right? But it still is a form of martial arts. So we're gonna work hard, but we're gonna do it in a fluid way. Okay, we start with our left side. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me turn sideways. You see with this, what I'm doing is I'm slowly lifting and then pushing. And what I'm doing here is I'm stretching so that from my heel all the way up, you feel a stretch. Okay, and your foot stays above the ground. You can see my foot. Okay, so push, push. Okay, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Push. 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, and 8, 2, 3, 4. How did you like that one? It's pretty nice, right? We'll do that one more time on the left side. And 1, you don't need to come up too high, just enough to get that push. 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. Relax. Push. 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, and 8. 2, 3, and hold it. Push, push, push. Okay, on our right side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, push, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, and 8. 2, 3, 4. All right, one more time on the right. I'll turn forward so you can see me from a different angle. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Really push. This is our last set, so make it count. 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, and 8, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now, before we do our final movement for tonight, our final movement is a standing meditation. So I just wanted to give you the opportunity to maybe ask 1 or 2 more questions, and then we'll hold our standing meditation until the end of our call.
This is Serena. I'd like to ask a question.
You're Serena.
Yes, this seems very unusual Qigong. I've done Qigong before in different traditions.
Okay.
And I've never seen it presented this way.
So this is called Wuming Qigong. And these movements, there are many, many, many forms of Qigong, just like there are many forms of yoga, there are many forms of Tai Chi. This form of Qigong is Wuming Qigong. And it was created, these movements were created by Grandmaster Lu specifically for this program. So these movements, they look easy, but believe me, when you do them over and over again, it's not so easy. And the whole goal is to really reawaken those meridians and shake everything up so that your chi is moving. So yes, you might have seen a form of Qigong that was more similar to Tai Chi that had movement in it. Some of our other movements do as well. But the first 2 movements that I taught you are the first 2 in the program. So they're we start from the bottom of the body and then we move up, and then our standing meditation brings everything together.
Thank you.
Sure. Yeah, thank you for your question. 1 more question, and then we'll do our meditation. All right, so we're going to jump right into our meditation. Let me put my music on. And here we go. A little louder so you can hear it. Okay. So this is our standing meditation. Another name for it is the dragon stands between heaven and earth. It is our balance posture. So I had mentioned that we teach 10 movements in the program. Movements 1 through 9 are geared to help bring chi, move your chi through your body. Number 10 is geared to help you acquire more chi, to help balance your chi. Okay? So as we stand in this meditation, really imagine that you are the dragon, this powerful creature. Your head is in the clouds. You are in heaven. Your feet are on earth. You're on the ground. Okay? So you are now kind of standing between these 2 heavenly creations, and you are powerful in your posture. So as we stand here, you're going to bend your knees slightly, and your shoulders are nice and tall and strong. You're going to kind of tilt your tailbone back as if you would be sitting on a chair, on like a high stool. And then you're going to put your arms out in front of you and make a loose fist. See my hands this way. My fingertips are connected to my palms because these connect to my meridians in my body. And this, my palm, connects to my heart. That's the source of my chi, my universal chi, okay, that I connect with in the world. So as I stand here with my fists I'm going to bring my arms in. So my thumbs are like an antenna that's connecting all of that beautiful universal chi. Relax your shoulders a little bit and close your eyes. Just allow yourself to listen to the music and just be free. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And your arms up. And back to the prayer position as we started with our march. And thank you so very much. I hope you enjoyed hearing a little bit about Dragon's Way Qigong and what it is that I do. And I'm so happy to have been here to share this with you.
Thank you so much for just a beautiful hour and a beautiful way to relax. And for everybody, I did put her, Allie's information, her findinginnerjoy.com. And if you want to get in touch with her, that's the best way to do it.
Yep.
So as you go from this space, we wish that you would be well. Thank you and have a beautiful evening.